From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday graced the 77th founding anniversary of the Philippine Air Force or PAF at Basa Air Base in Florida Blanca, Pampanga Province. With the theme, Accelerating Above and Beyond, 77 years of PAF excellence in protecting the nation and securing the skies, the PAF highlighted its capabilities as protector of the country's airspace and exclusive economic zone or EEZ, aimed at enhancing its strength, credibility, and sustainability in fulfilling its mandate. During the program, the Commander-in-Chief witnessed a live capability demonstration showcasing the PAF's capabilities to retake territory seized by hostile forces, detect, track, and neutralize enemy aircraft through airstrikes, intelligence reconnaissance and surveillance of the area using unmanned aerial vehicles or UAVs, and troop insertion via Black Hawk helicopters using fast rope insertion and extraction systems. The PAF also displayed the capabilities of its newly acquired Ground-Based Air Defense System or GBADS, also known as the Israeli-made Spider Mobile Air Defense System, which enables the Air Force to protect the country's airspace from hostile aircraft. Apart from these, the President also led the presentation of plaques and streamers to 17 awardees, recognizing their exemplary achievements that contributed to the PAF's success in 2024. Let us listen to Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s speech during the event.
Thank you to our National Defense Secretary, Secretary Gilbert Teodoro, for your kind introduction. Please take your seat. House Speaker, Speaker Martin Romualdez, the National Security Advisor, Secretary Ed Año, the Special Assistant to the President, Secretary Anton Lagdameo, our Armed Forces Chief of Staff, General Romeo Browner Jr., and also all the other major service commanders who are with us today, the officers and members of the Philippine Air Force, led by Commanding Lieutenant General Stephen Pareño, our awarded servicemen and other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am very happy to join the faithful guardians of our aerial domain as we commemorate the 77th founding anniversary of the Philippine Air Force. For over 70 years, our Air Force has soared through the skies as our nation's wings, gallantly embodying the Filipinos' enduring spirit of freedom. On behalf of a grateful nation, I extend my deepest gratitude to the valiant officers and personnel of the Philippine Air Force as ably commanded by Lieutenant General Stephen Pareño. Over the past year, we have made significant steps that complement and boost this administration's vision for a stronger, more capable Air Force. We have increased our maritime domain awareness by regularly conducting maritime patrol missions, monitoring over 400 unknown tracks within the Philippine Air Defense Identification Zone. We have likewise supported internal security operations, which have resulted in the surrender and neutralization of over 250 members of local insurgency groups. We have also heightened our international defense and security engagements by sustaining our talks with our foreign military counterparts and participating in multiple bilateral and multilateral military exercises. This is a testament to our stern resolve to contribute to the global peace and security. In all of these, the selfless women and men of the Air Force have been nothing short of exemplary, especially in your efforts to provide prompt assistance by regularly conducting humanitarian and disaster response operations. Under this administration, we continue to support our armed forces through capability development. Consistent efforts are being done, such as acquiring additional air assets, enhancing cyber warfare communication systems, and pursuing base development programs. We have likewise acquired additional aircraft as well as advanced radar systems, which have transformed our operational readiness and has enhanced our operational reach. Indeed, these assets contribute to an agile Air Force capable of protecting our nation, our people, and our resources, and dedicated to ensure that we are ready to face challenges with advanced precision, speed, and force. As we celebrate another year of service, I extend my sincerest congratulations to this year's awardees for your outstanding performance. As your Commander-in-Chief, I assure you of this administration's support in prioritizing your welfare, ensuring that you are all well attended to in terms of overall health and wellness, so you may perform your duties effectively and safely. Let it be known that your unparalleled dedication and noble duty to our nation are hereby recognized. Together, let us fortify our efforts to build a stronger Air Force and Armed Forces of the Philippines that will serve as an instrument for peace and for unity, a catalyst for nation building, and a vanguard of stability. Let us move forward now, guided by the ideals of a bagong Pilipinas, and remain united in our mission to protect our skies, defend our lands, and serve our countrymen. Once again, a happy 77th anniversary to the Philippine Air Force. Mabuhay ang hukbong himpapawid ng Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos on Sunday evening hosted the fourth iteration of Concierto sa Palasyo para sa ating mga healthcare workers, or in English, Concert at the Palace for our healthcare workers at the Kalayaan Grounds in Malacañang Palace. The concert was dedicated to honor the sacrifices and dedication of Filipino healthcare workers. It showcased Filipino talents in singing, dancing, and various forms of art. Filipino nurses in the United Kingdom, Saiza Makutay Malok, Louis Horn, and Charito Leonardo Romano, recipients of the British Empire Medal, or BEM, were among the attendees. They were acknowledged during the concert. Malak of Ilagan, Isabela Province, received the BEM in 2021 for her outstanding contributions to British society during the COVID-19 pandemic. She was invited to witness His Royal Highness King Charles III's coronation at Westminster Abbey in May. Horn received the BEM last year for her contributions to nursing and advocacy for international staff within the National Health Service, becoming the first Filipino lamp bearer at the 58th Florence Nightingale commemoration service at Westminster. Meanwhile, Romano received her BM in 2021 for her commendable work in the UK during the pandemic. Filipino music icon Martin Nievera led the lineup of local artists who ascended the palace stage. At one point during his performance, the singer handed President Marcos the microphone to sing parts of his his classic hit, Be My Lady, to which the president gamely obliged, much to the delight of the First Lady and the crowd. Douglas Nieres's power dance group, The Clash Philippines, finalist Garrett Bolden, singer and former child actor Brennan Espartines, singer and music coach Justin Toller, singer Cristel Galacan, and singer and theater artist Lara Maige also performed. Joining them were singer Aline Magadilla along with 6th Pilipinas Got Talent aerial dance winner Cristel De Catalina and former The Voice Generation contestants, the Aita brothers.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. over the weekend said he needs more time before appointing a new Department of Education or DepEd secretary to take over Vice President Sara Duterte. In an interview in Makati City, the president said he is giving himself more time as it turned out to be harder than what he thought. The chief executive said the new DepEd chief should be able to manage the large bureaucracy and handle the complicated work. President Marcos refused to identify the people he is considering for the post, but said he has noted all the qualities raised by different sectors for the next education secretary. The president noted that there are calls for the new secretary to be an educator, administrator, and a historical professor. President Marcos expressed gratitude to Vice President Duterte for her work in DepEd. Duterte announced on June 19th that she is stepping down as DepEd Secretary and Vice Chairperson of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or NTF-LCAC. In her resignation letter, Duterte said she has prepared a 30-day plan to ensure a seamless transition at the DepEd. The president said Duterte did not provide any reason for her resignation.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s decision to let the bill creating the Bulacan Special Economic Zone and Freeport lapse into law will speed up the economic development not only for Bulacan Province but also of Central Luzon and other areas north of Metro Manila. According to Cagayan de Oro City 2nd District Representative Rufus Rodriguez, the spread of economic progress in these parts of Luzon could also decongest the National Capital Region or NCR. In a news release, Rodriguez said he foresees migration of workers, business locators, and airline passengers crowding the main gateway of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport or NAIA, since there will be a new airport inside the new economic zone. The Mindanao lawmaker urged the national government and the Bulacan provincial government to prepare for this eventuality by helping the Bulacan Freeport establish or add the necessary infrastructure like roads and health, housing, and similar facilities. San Miguel Corporation or SMC, the proponent builder of the new Bulacan International Airport, and Central Luzon lawmakers and local officials pushed for the enactment of the Bulacan Freeport Bill. SMC, which is also a toll road operator, is proposing to construct a network of expressways leading to the new Manila International Airport in Bulacan Town. Under Republic Act or RA 11999, the Freeport shall cover the airport project and airport city development. It will be run by the Bulacan Special Economic Zone and Freeport Authority, which shall be organized within 180 days upon the effectivity of the law. In consultation with the National Economic and Development Authority or NEDA, the Freeport management shall establish the general framework for land use, planning, and development for the area consistent with the Philippine Development Plan.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippine Space Agency or PhilSA over the weekend confirmed that the People's Republic of China launched a rocket called Long March 7A. The rocket was launched at the Wenchang spacecraft launch site in Hainan around 7:57 Saturday evening. In an advisory, the PhilSA said debris from the rocket could possibly land in various drop zones around 75 nautical miles from Burgos in Ilocos Norte Province and 126 nautical miles from Santa Ana in Cagayan Province. Even though there were no debris that landed on the ground, there is still the potential of danger to vessels and aircraft and possibly even washed away on coastal areas. The PhilSA advised the public to inform local authorities if they happen to find debris. The public is also advised to be careful in getting materials that might contain toxic substances like rocket fuel.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine Department of Migrant Workers or DMW Secretary Hans Leo on Sunday welcomed the 5 Filipino seafarers of MV Transworld Navigator as they arrived safely at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport or NAIA Terminal 3 in Pasay City via Emirates Airline EK332. Secretary Kakdak was accompanied by DMW Assistant Secretary for Sea-Based Overseas Filipino Worker or OFW Concerns, Jerome Pampolina, and Overseas Workers Welfare Administration or OWA Deputy Administrator Honey Quino. This is the first batch of the repatriation of 27 Filipino seafarers after their vessel was recently attacked by the Houthi rebels while traversing the Red Sea. The repatriated seafarers received financial and other forms of assistance from the government. They were also assured of sustained support in their reintegration. The repatriation was in coordination with the licensed manning agency and the ship owner.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines welcomes the visit of the Secretary for Relations with States of the Holy See, His Excellency Archbishop Paul Gallagher, from the 1st to the 6th of July. In a social media post, the Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA said, the arrival of Archbishop Gallagher is the first official visit to the Philippines of a Secretary of Relations with States of the Holy See in the 72 years of diplomatic relations between the Philippines and the Holy See. The DFA said Archbishop Gallagher will meet with DFA Secretary Enrique Manalo to discuss areas of cooperation such as higher education, migration governance, interfaith dialogue, and climate change. They will also exchange views on regional and international issues. Their meeting will serve as an opportunity to underscore the shared commitment between the Philippines and the Holy See to the promotion of peace, human rights, rule of law, and sustainable development. Archbishop Gallagher will also conduct a courtesy call with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., address the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines during its plenary session in Malaybalay, Bukidnon Province, and deliver a lecture on moral governance and ethical leadership as part of the Mabini Dialogue series of the Foreign Service Institute of the DFA.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA, said around 2 to 3 storms will form or enter the Philippine Area of Responsibility, or PAR, this month of July. In its latest bulletin, PAGASA said, this even though the country remains in neutral phase and despite the expected occurrence of the La Niña phenomenon. According to PAGASA, there are 3 tracks of which the storm will possibly pass this July, including recurving of tropical cyclones, possible landfall in extreme northern islands of the country, and possible landfall in north-central Luzon. PAGASA also expects several areas in the country to experience rains this July. Meanwhile, PAGASA clarified that the La Niña watch remains and there is also a possibility that this will not occur.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radyo Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service is heard over the following shortwave frequencies: 15.640 MHz, 17.820 MHz, and 12.010 MHz. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.